Good evening, everybody. I will call the special council meeting of November 6, 2024 to order. Will you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you please call roll?
Foster. Here. Vincent.
Here.
Allner. Here. Bilski.
Here.
Perry. Madden. Silver.
Here. I will make a motion to confirm the appointment of David Justice as a part-time firefighter paramedic. Is there a second?
Second.
Stacy? Chief? We have the mic there for you. You can use that one if you wanted to. That's the whole.
No, I can be a little more performative up here, I think. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to everyone. David, why don't you come on up here, introduce who you brought with you tonight.
From my wife, Madison.
Welcome. Let me tell you a little bit about David. He's a 2014 graduate of the Twinsburg High School, and concurrently, Baldwin High School attended the Cuyahoga Valley Career Center, where he wisely chose the fire service over law enforcement and completed his basic EMT and fire certifications. He also participated in his younger days as a fire explorer with the Macedonia Fire Department. After high school, David not only completed his paramedic certification through the University Hospital's Parma program, he earned a bachelor's degree in emergency management from the University of Akron. David is also a fire safety inspector. After paying his dues for several years with Life Care Ambulance, he was hired as a full-time firefighter paramedic with the Aurora Fire Department in 2018, where he still currently serves. David lives in Twinsburg with his wife, Maddie, and their two children, Taylor, who is 3, and Josie, who is only 10 months. He enjoys the outdoors, including hunting and fishing, spending time with his family. One of the questions I ask in the interviews is, what is your most important accomplishment to date? And David replied, my wife. She is simply better than me in every metric. End quote. Nice work. We're pleased to bring David on board to the fire department. And as you may know, several of our other firefighters also work at the Aurora Fire Department. So David, I hope you can live up to their hype. Members of council, for your confirmation, David Justice.
Should we hire his wife too, or instead of him?
Instead of.
Any questions or comments? Please call roll.
Foster.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Allner.
Yes.
Bilski.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes.
Madden.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes.
Oh, now what happened?
We're here, so facing the camera. And I'm going to give you the badge of honor. And administer the oath of office, David. Raise your right hand. I'm going to do it slow. I state your name.
I, David Justice,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
do solemnly swear
Support the
to support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the rules, regulations, and charter of Orange Village,
the rules,
regulations,
regulations,
and charter
and charters
of Orange Village, and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties as a part-time firefighter paramedic
discharge my duties as a part-time firefighter and paramedic
of Orange Village, State of Ohio, during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations. I'll put the badge on you first. Sign the paper here. One, and when you get down to Anna, give her the other.
nice.
Congratulations.
David.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Sir, thank you, appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Congrats, welcome.
Yes.
You keep one and she gets one. She got it.
The agenda.
Is there a motion to confirm the appointment of Paul Kalo as a part-time firefighter EMT?
Motion.
Thanks, Kim. Is there a second?
Second.
F? Chief?
It's turned off now.
Everybody wave, because there's a lot of them here tonight. Thanks for coming, okay. I'm pleased to introduce Paul Kalo. There's a little bit of a theme tonight, as Paul is a 2024 graduate of Twinsburg High School, and also completed his basic EMT training at the Cuyahoga Valley Career Center. And yes, I did say 2024 graduate. In fact, he graduated with my son, so I guess that makes me the old man now. Paul was a fire explorer with the Twinsburg Fire Department as well. He completed his fire training at the Stark State College and just recently began his year-long journey through University Hospital's paramedic program in Parma. Paul was, in high school, Paul was the captain of his swim team and was a district qualifier in 2023 and 2024. He's very involved in his church and lives with his family in Twinsburg. I'm very excited to bring Paul into the department. He's a good kid and he has a great family. And I'm happy to get him on his path to follow in his father's footsteps. Council, for your confirmation tonight, Paul Kalo.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions or comments? Please call roll.
Foster? Yes. Vincent?
Yes.
Allner?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
Madden?
Yes.
Silver?
Yes.
The honors? Raise your right hand. Right hand. Other right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name. Solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the State of Ohio. The rules, regulations, and charter of Orange Village. And that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge my duties as a part-time firefighter EMT of Orange Village, State of Ohio, during my continuance in said office. Very good. Congratulations. You want to sign this? You get to keep one.
I don't have a pen
The
either.
other one with Anna when you get over to her. She's the... Welcome to Orange Village.
Congratulations.
Congratulations officially.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Is there a motion to confirm the appointment of Christopher Costura as a part-time police officer?
The motion.
Thank you, Stacy. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Chief?
Members, can you guys hear me? Is this working?
Yeah.
Members of council, I will spare you the 3-hour story of the legend of Chief Costura. Let's just say he can't get enough. He asked if he could come back for a part-time commission, mainly to help out with some of our extra jobs, such as Beachmont Country Club, Pinecrest, some of the other things. And I think it's a great idea. We're delighted to have him.
All right. Any questions or comments? He's not here tonight, so we can vote on him, and he'll get sworn in at another time. Yana, please call roll.
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Allner,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry. Yes. Madden,
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. People that are here for the swearings-ins, you're welcome to stay. We understand if you don't want to stay. If you want to leave, now would be a good time. We'll take a minute to...
I'll just swear to
have to stay, Steve. And Mass Exodus.
Ed, you could have your seat back if you want now. If it feels awkward being on a different side.
He's out.
Sure.
We're very unbalanced now.
We're not a boat.
Before we get to the audience comment section, if anyone does plan on speaking about anything tonight, there is a sign-in sheet near the piano. If you want to sign in now, just in the interest of time, feel free. Moving on, though, is there a motion to authorize the village engineer to prepare plans and advertise for bid the 2025 asphalt and concrete road programs?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you, Stacy, on the second. Are you taking this one, Bob?
the microphone down.
Could have met, yeah, Bob likes to get out.
That's it.
I do realize that. This seems a little awkward for me, too, so with all due respect, I prefer to address council facing them instead of having my back to you. So.
Reference.
Anyways, yes, I'm here looking for authorization by council. There is one clerical error on the page that you saw. It should not be the 2024 asphalt road program. That should be the 2025 asphalt program. So we're seeking authorization by council for plan preparation. This will allow the village engineer to get out there before winter and start surveying, and then we can do plans over the winter. It gives us the advantage that we can get out our programs early in the season and not contending with other municipalities and their programs there. So you can see this will be also coming before the Finance Committee meeting and council as part of the 2025 operating budget under the 406 infrastructure program. But in anticipation, this is what we have identified as projects for next year. And you guys, members of council will see that in the financial package. But the asphalt program would be for Brainerd Road. This will be from Emery Road going north to the Corp line at Woodmere. And then it'll also include the concrete program. We'll address some of the stuff as far as concrete, looking at inspection early in the season, but we always follow up with an inspection after the spring, after the winter wear and tear on the roads. Also, part of the concrete program will be consideration given to do the extension of the trail down Emery Road to Phase 7. So these are just anticipated projects. Certainly everything will have to come back to the members of council for approval for, the bid and the acceptance of that.
How often do the main roads get resurfaced?
On inspection, we always try and get about 20 years out of roads. We've got some, that we've extended longer, means and methods, such as chip and seal that we've done in the past. We do Reclamite, which extends the life. We do a lot of internal house with crack sealing and stuff like that. But generally, we're looking 20 years plus or minus, and a lot of it has to do whether it's a, secondary road, a main road, the amount of traffic that, runs it.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Yeah,
I have a question. I understand the concrete program is for the trails. I feel like I'm very for the trails. In my subdivision, I understand that that's not trails, but there are a number of concrete squares, you know, for sidewalk that are in really bad condition. You can sprain your ankle very easily. Is there anything that we can do, and the answer might be no, I don't know, to get this included and either paid for by the village, or at least I would assume that we probably get better pricing than each individual homeowner would get, you know, for a square here, a square there, and then telling the homeowner, we'll fix, you know, we'll get that fixed, it'll cost you X amount.
Currently, there is no responsibility by the village. I'll let the law director confirm my speaking here, but sidewalks and trails are identified as two different things. The trails are maintained and taken care of by the village when they went in, along with the money we received from Pinecrest. Sidewalks have been in, you know, Orange Tree, for example, your development, sidewalks have been in there well before the trails, and the ordinance identifies it as a sidewalk, which puts the responsibility on the homeowner. That inspection, normally done, if we get a complaint, is done by the building department. They go out and they can issue enforcement to have the sidewalk. There's certain variables that require whether it's considered a trip hazard or not. But at the moment, you know, it's something that I think you have to have a conversation administratively to see if something that would be done. It would require an inspection, and I'm just not sure the details right now to be able to give you any more without, you know, talking to the mayor and stuff, so.
Maybe we can follow up later. I'm very aware that the sidewalks are separate from the trails and that the village doesn't have any responsibility. I'm just wondering if helping the homeowners along to get that done might be nice.
To address your point, Kimberly, it might be worthwhile to look at a unit cost that could be developed through this program, such that the homeowners could then, you know, pay for it, but they're paying at the rates that we get the concrete done. Is that possible?
That's possible. I will say there's going to be a difference in, obviously, again, means and methods, because our projects would require prevailing wage, and a lot of times a resident might be able to negotiate a better contract. When our contractors come in, they're going to tag items like mobilization, traffic control, and that sometimes will be figured into the unit cost. And it might drive that cost of your replacement up higher than what you can actually negotiate with a private contractor. So, you know, and certainly that number goes up if they have, for example, there's 5 units in Orange Tree, 10 units in Orange Hill, 1 in Oxford Court. You're now asking this contractor to take all this equipment around, and they're moving heavy equipment and large trucks and stuff. So, but it's certainly something that you know, we can put in our mind and discuss. Working in line with that, Mr. Law Director?
No, you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions or comments? Anna, please call roll.
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent, Allner,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry, Madden, Silver.
Moving on, is there a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of October 9th, 2024?
Make a motion.
Bill, is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the October 9th meeting minutes? All right, Anna, please call roll.
Foster, Vincent, Allner,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Madden,
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. All right, are there any audience comments relating to agenda items only? Mr. Kolb?
Evening. My name is John Cobe. I live at 220 Lake Mead Drive in the Lakes of Orange, and let me look at my notes that my wife typed. And what I want to tell you is that I'm the new president for the Lakes of Orange Homeowner Association. We had our first annual meeting on October 14th, and we now have a board that is comprised completely of residents. Prior to that, there were only 2 residents on the board, but now we have a full board, 5 members, And we've done a lot in the last 2 weeks. But what I want to make the council aware of is that over the last 2 weeks, we've had a number of meetings. Randy, the developer, Bennett, will you come up just for a second? We won't take too much time, but Bennett was a key member of, I'm going to use the word negotiating. It wasn't really negotiating. It was more of a friendly chat, talking with Randy on how we could come together to transition from the developer to the residents. And we came up with something that was very good for all that was concerned. Would you like to say something relative to that?
Well, I just want to thank the council.
Get on the microphone, please.
I think, a lot of thanks goes out to the council, the Planning and Zoning Commission, and other residents who spoke up, voiced concerns. We've had a lot of support from a lot of people. The result was we came together with the developer, with Randy Curtis, together as a group, and we believe we came up with an agreement that is in the best interest of the Lakes of Orange community, the developer, and the Village of Orange, and we're proceeding forward with that. So we want to thank everybody for their cooperation.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
We obviously don't oppose the addition of Phase 8 to the Lakes of Orange development.
Okay, great, thank you. Any other audience comments related to agenda items? Okay, moving on. Old business, ordinance 2024-23. An ordinance approving the subdivision plat for Phase 8 of the Lakes of Orange development. This is on for the third reading, and it was recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission several weeks back. Are there any questions or comments related to this?
I would just comment, I'm very pleased that the two parties were able to get together to come up with a resolution on their own that seems to suit everyone. I think that's a very good thing.
Well said. Any other questions or comments? All right. Is there a motion to approve ordinance 2024-23?
Motion.
Thank you, Lisa.
Second.
Thank you, Stacy, for the seconds. Hearing no other comments, Anna, can you please call roll?
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Allner,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Madden,
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. Moving on to new business, ordinance 2024-24, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Cuyahoga County to resurface Miles Road and declaring an emergency. This is on for first reading. Is there a motion to approve 2024-24?
Reading.
You suspend the rules.
If you,
No, we're not approving it.
if you wanted to, you'd have to have a motion to suspend the rules.
It doesn't say suspend the rules. It just says declare an emergency.
No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize. I'm new here. Yeah, Bob, you want to take this one?
First of all, I want to say we finally reached success with applying for the 50/50 grant program here in Orange Village. So these, we've applied for these for a number of years. The 50/50 generally is awarded for projects which meet a certain safety requirement under Cuyahoga County. So the 50/50, Cuyahoga County, we put in for the Miles Road. Obviously, I think this isn't the first time that you've heard me say that the water main project is hopefully going to get done in 2025. We applied along with Solon for the 50/50 grant. We received $250,000, and which in the calendar year 25-26 is the awarding period. So if the project's done in 25, in 2026, we will look to repave Miles Road, the asphalt program. This is just part of cleaning up some of the laundry list of one of the requirements by Cuyahoga County in being a recipient of the grant. So this is just a standard ordinance here, acknowledging the grant. Just what they call it, it's a 50/50 where you put out, like there was a 500,000, it's 50% of your project, so simply known as a 50/50, yep.
A raffle, right?
Well, it plays out like one.
Do we expect that to cover the full cost of the job then?
No, we'll have, the village engineer comes up with the numbers. Certainly in '26, we'll have to know, but no, there'll still be money involved with the village, but it's stuff that we've been setting aside in the infrastructure account in preparation for that.
Thank you, Bob. Moving on, are there any audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village? Okay, comments, Mayor Klein, any comments?
I got a few.
Sure you do.
Okay. I've got a laundry list here. First of all, as many of you know, yesterday was Election Day, and I was very pleased with the turnout for the election. As it relates to issue 32, as the objective was to allow the residents the opportunity to determine the land use, the decision was made. And while I had hoped for a different outcome, I accept the vote of our residents. It's now up to the proponent to decide his next steps. However, the village now needs to come back together and move forward as a community. I'm the mayor for all of this community. Thank you to all who came out to voice their position, and I appreciate the work that everybody did in advancing it. Item number 2, as you may recall, I've created a series of committees that I'm hoping to launch next week. The community committee kickoff meeting will take place on Tuesday, November 12th at 7 p.m. here in the council chamber. At that time, we will discuss the list of the committees, enlist those in attendance to make selection of those committees on which they would like to serve, describe some of the potential areas those committees will consider, and then break out into those groups to begin to organize. The plan is not only some residents had previously indicated interest in participating on some of these committees. Those residents received a direct invitation. However, everyone in the community is welcome to attend, and we'd like to have as many as possible. The committees will include Parks, Sustainability and Resilience, Orange Cares, Economic Development, Veterans, our Centennial, and Arts and Culture. I'd like to announce the winners of our
Mayor, excuse me, before you go on to the next thing, might I suggest a reverse 911 call to the community? There were some people who said they didn't see the survey or didn't fill it out, or maybe don't have the opportunity or to watch the meetings, aren't here, just to let them know that this is available on November 12th and invite anyone who wants to come to come.
Good suggestion. I will do so. I'd like to, if you came in tonight and you walked down the hallway, as you walked in on the right side, there were a number of coloring contest colored entries. I hope you had the chance to take a look at them. If you haven't, take a look on the way out. We have immense talent in Orange Village, and we're pleased to announce the winners of those of the coloring contest, and we will have them here next week to receive their prizes. I wanted to talk a minute about something that is called the First Call program. We are working with neighboring communities to introduce a mental health resource embedded with our police and fire departments. As Kim Allner has been originally brought this to the community and has been its champion, I'll defer to her to share the outcome of our meetings with Mayors Sellers and Kraus the other day. And when Kimberly has her opportunity to speak, she'll fill you in on what took place. As stated here, Lakes of Orange Phase 8 resolution has resolved. I appreciate all the work of the new leadership in negotiating a positive outcome for the Lakes of Orange neighborhood. The Planning Commission has been working to produce a tree preservation ordinance. It will come to council for approval in December. The team, including Mark Majeski, our planner, Kathy Moran, our landscape architect, Bob McLaughlin, our building commissioner, Bob Zugan, our service director, Tim Bissler, who's the village's arborist, and myself have worked and crafted a model ordinance that other communities are hopefully going to take advantage of in crafting their own versions of it. It applies to new developments and redevelopments. Residents can remove up to 6 trees without permit, as long as the tree that's bigger than 6 inches in diameter or greater, and they only need to come to Planning Commission or the Building Department for approval if they want to exceed that number. So I wanted to let people know that, and will be, because most people are unaware of that requirement. Leaf collection continues. The Service Department has been around the village 6 times and will continue until the day before Thanksgiving. Don't forget the leaves collected are turned into leaf humus that can be ordered in March and delivered free to your home.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Yes.
So since, I'm not sure whoever believes in global warming, but it seems like it's getting like later and trees fall down after, not trees, but leaves fall down after. Can I be pushed back a week?
Mr.
We will monitor because it's all based on weather and stuff. There's certain trees out there like oak.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold their leaves.
Yeah.
Spring, and that would be out of the question.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a later on in the week for the,
We assessed it if they were wrong.
You need to convert the trucks to snowplows also, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Just, my neighbor asked me, so I thought I would just bring it forward.
No, it's definitely something, because if we have snow early on, before the end of the season, obviously I need to extend it. So, you know, it's always a moving target.
Been extended before, certainly. Yeah. Yeah.
Veterans Day is next Monday, November 11th. Please take the time to acknowledge and thank members of our community for their service for our country. And Village Hall will be open on Veterans Day.
Thank you for your service.
And then, last but not least, don't forget to buy your Shop with a Cop tickets to provide funds for our police to provide local kids with opportunities for holiday gift shopping. It's a wonderful program. We've been doing it for years, and it's been very successful, and everyone in the community appreciates it. So thank you to our police officers who are involved in delivering that. And that's the extent of my report.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I have a couple things. Halloween was last week. I know it feels like a lot longer. A lot's going on in the world since then, but it was a beautiful night. Had great weather. I want to commend the police for their constant presence. I know in my neighborhood in Orange Hill, there were 2 police cars the entire time driving around. They were handing out glow sticks to the kids as well. I know Chief Roberts was on the golf cart puttering around as well with like an escaped convict or something. Exactly sure what's going on there. But great job there. Also want to commend the police department. Obviously, we all know there was a very unfortunate vandalism incident in Orangewood several weeks ago. Unfortunate and well publicized. I would just want to commend the police for their diligent work in apprehending a suspect in that. So we all appreciate the work that went into that. Election day was yesterday. Another beautiful day we had here. My understanding was a nice steady flow of people throughout the day, and I think a lot of people in the parking lot. Everything was civil and respectful from what I hear as well. So I know turnout. I believe I looked on the Board of Elections website today. I think the turnout in Orange Village was 78% of registered voters, compared to about 64% for the county average. So good job, everybody, in that regard. Also want to commend the service departments for picking up all of the yard signs today. I think it's a wonderful thing that they do, making sure that everything gets picked up by the next day. I think everyone very much appreciates that too. So good job, Bob, and your team on that front. That is all that I had. Moving on to comments by council members. Jeff Foster.
I'm good, thank you.
Stacy.
You stole a lot of my thunder, but I'll try and curtail those responses. Good evening, everybody. A happy Diwali to all who celebrate. We just had that this past week as well. I want to thank also all who came out to vote yesterday and or earlier. I also want to thank our poll workers who ran everything so efficiently. I saw and heard great things. I stand by my desire to always allow our residents to be heard. It's why I voted yes months ago to give everyone the right to vote on issue 32. I am so grateful still that all residents had that opportunity, and I thank all who voted for sharing your voices with us. I still personally believe the cul-de-sac street proposal would have been a beautiful addition to our village, but I absolutely respect the voters' decision. As I promised to listen to the voters, I will look forward to working with all residents to figure out the best way to move forward with that property in a positive, collaborative way with grace, dignity, and integrity. Political views aside, I sincerely hope we as residents and neighbors can continue to work together to ensure a wonderful future for this town that we all love so much. On that note, also a huge thank you to Bob Zugan and his amazing team for the service they provided in collecting all those signs. It was nice to drive down the street and not see signs this morning, so thank you for that. I don't know what hour you got up, but they were gone very early this morning. You are appreciated. Also on the neighborly note that Brent mentioned as well, it was a joy to have nearly 250 goblins, ghouls, and guests knock on our door for Halloween treats. It was a joy to welcome so many, and I also want to thank our officers and Anna, who provided both the light sticks and graciously patrolled our streets to ensure the safety of all. I'm so proud to be Orange because of all of you. Since our last meeting, you may have heard that the school district filed litigation to recover district funds that were stolen through a criminal misdirection of an electronic funds transfer. This is according to School Treasurer Todd Puster. The issue was discovered when the school district learned that one of its vendors did not receive payment for services provided to the district. Upon investigation, it was determined that the district was likely the victim of a theft of approximately $619,000. The district is working with legal counsel, the bank, and the insurance company to recover the funds. As it is in litigation, no additional information is available at this time. In happier school board financial news, the board met on Monday night, and Mr. Puster offered a chart of the money received via the Pinecrest TIF. Board President Jeffrey Lykin opined about the incredible economic advantage it has been to the school district, as well as the positive impact Pinecrest has had for the community, and he wanted to congratulate all involved in making that happen. The school board next meets on November 25th. Planning and zoning met last night. Our mayor already talked about the tree preservation code, which will come up at the next planning and zoning meeting. I also am very pleased with the Lakes agreement. I was glad to have the opportunity to speak with John and with Laura last month, I think it was now, and I'm very grateful for the collaborative efforts of all parties involved. Planning and zoning next meets on November 19th. And I also want to make one final note about the Shop with a Cop. I was honored to partner last year with Chief Roberts and two delightful children who participated in the Shop with a Cop program with us last year. This wonderful effort, expertly coordinated by Officer Joyce Sherwood, provides a $150 shopping experience for each child to join in with other children and officers from all around Northeast Ohio. The more money collected, the more children who can be accommodated. I really encourage everybody to not only support this effort, but make sure you let other people know, neighbors, friends, families, to get involved in as well. The children appreciate it so much, and it is the most spectacular thing to see the light in their eyes when they get to have this gift card and just go around shopping, and the place is flooded. They do a parade over to the Walmart with all the police officers from all around Northeast Ohio, and it really is just an amazing event. So thank you to Officer Sherwood, thank you to all of the officers involved, and thank you to all who donate. That's all I have. I also want to say a happy Veterans Day, and thank all veterans for serving our country so beautifully.
Thank you very much. Kim Olner.
I just, I won't repeat things that have already been said. We did have a wonderful turnout. On the issue 32, it was challenging to be the lone person up here voting no. And I will say that the voters have spoken resoundingly, 66% saying no. Given the support for the project, the vocal support for the project from other members of council and our mayor, I am glad to hear that we are all willing to put this aside and move forward. And I will say we need to work together and find common ground for the better of our village. I do believe that that was the right decision. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of it and going forward. On finding common ground, I've been working with the mayor, as he referred earlier, on the First Call program. I'm very excited for that program. It is an opportunity for us to bring mental health assistance to residents of Orange as well as our employees. And essentially, in a nutshell, program has been run already in Shaker and 4 other communities. They work together to have mental health professionals available to police and fire so that on appropriate calls, a mental health professional can go out and assess a resident and provide assistance right then and there, which avoids the need for our fire or EMT or the fire EMT to transport the resident to the hospital. Obviously, there are some instances where it is necessary for the resident to go to the hospital, but oftentimes that's not necessary, and the resident is able to get the care that they need right then and there, as well as, very importantly, mental health follow-up and follow-through, which is not something that police and fire typically have the training or time to provide. So the mayor has really embraced the idea that I brought, and I'm very, very, very appreciative of that. We've been working together. Mayor Klein and I did meet with Solon and Warrensville Heights so that we can essentially come up with our own group on this side of town. Given Orange's size, we do need to partner with other cities or municipalities. It's not a program that can be run just on our own, and it will be beneficial for us to work with our surrounding communities. We received very, very favorable feedback, particularly from Solon, and we are moving forward with next steps, inviting some other of our local neighboring towns to see about the interest and how we can make this a reality for our citizens. This is a program that will benefit not just our residents, but also the employees of Orange. And Chief Roberts was in one of the meetings and can attest to the fact that police and fire personnel in particular who might be involved in something that would cause them trauma will have the ability to speak with mental health professionals right then and there and have them at the ready to help service them as well. So it's a great program. Until we get it in place, obviously, anyone who has any mental health needs, I would always encourage to call star 988, which is the crisis mental health hotline. We are cognizant of the fact that these are tough times for a lot of people, and you are not alone. And our village is here to support, and we want everyone to get the mental health services that they need.
Program available 24/7.
Generally not. It's generally from like 9 to 6:30, but we are working. So our program will be modeled after the Shaker Heights program, but we are going to be working to make the program our own and make modifications that would suit us. I would suspect that our hours would be similar, but nothing is set in stone yet. We will be enlisting the help of our fire and police chief, as well as the fire and police chiefs of the surrounding communities that we partner with, so that we can come up with the most robust program to help and service our needs. It's a great program. Very, very excited for it. So, thanks.
Anything else?
No, thank you to the veterans for your service, and wishing everybody good fall.
Ryan.
Well, much of it has all been said. I'll just say a shout out to the service department for all the things they're doing right now with the leaves and the signs, and happy the Lakes of Orange situation has been resolved. I think the voice of the community was heard very nicely yesterday, and that was the intention of making it happen the way it did. So I'm glad to see that that's resolved and onward. Then kudos to the police department. As a resident of Orangewood, I especially am grateful. Just an uneasy feeling when you hear about something like that going on in the backyard, but how you guys managed to get that resolved so quickly is fantastic. So thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
All right, thank you. Lisa.
On the ground.
I'm with Ryan. I concur with everything else everybody said about our services and the residents coming out to vote yesterday. Thank you so much to all the residents who came out to vote for all the issues that were on the ballot. I just want to remind everybody that we have a budget meeting next Wednesday at 5:45. We have about an hour to discuss. I think Anna has distributed the workbook, and we'll print up copies if you need it. And I'll see you all here at 5:45 next week.
Okay.
Also, just one quick thing. If you did have any questions or concerns, since our time will be somewhat limited, you can feel free to call Anna, not Anna, Dana, sorry, Anna. Call Dana and ask Dana if you need a clarifying question or you have a concern.
You and Kim, and I kind of talk you through the budgeting process.
Do you know when it'll be distributed?
It was in your email today.
Today? Okay, I haven't checked.
Anna, did you print those up already?
No, Dana will have them done by the end of the week.
Let me know. I'll pick up a hard
Morning,
copy.
9 a.m.?
If you can let me know, I'll pick up a hard copy, please.
See.
All right.
I am keeping track.
Thanks, Lisa. Phil?
Really, everything I wanted to say has been said, but I will reiterate my thankfulness to the police for resolving the Orangewood situation. It is tough when it's in your neighborhood.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That is all that we have for tonight. I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you.